Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and often overlooked topic, Israel's real role in global tank technology. While many nations like the United States, Russia, and Germany often dominate headlines when it comes to armored warfare, Israel's influence behind the scenes has been far more significant than most people realize. From battlefield innovation to survivability systems and design philosophy, Israel has quietly reshaped how modern tanks are built, how they fight, and how they protect their crews in the 21st century. Israel's journey in tank technology began out of necessity. When the nation was formed in 1948, it had almost no indigenous defense industry. Surrounded by hostile neighbors and facing constant threats, Israel quickly learned that survival required not just manpower, but innovation. Early on, the Israeli Defense Forces relied heavily on imported tanks, particularly from Britain and later France. But after the 1967 Six-Day War, when arms embargoes cut off supply lines, Israel realized it could no longer depend on others for its armored backbone. That moment marked the birth of Israel's homegrown tank philosophy. The first major step came with the modification of existing tanks. Israel took the British Centurion and the American M48 and M60 patents and transformed them into something far superior. These upgrades weren't just about adding thicker armor or bigger guns. They focused on improving fire control systems, mobility, and crew protection. One of the most famous examples was the Magich series, based on the American patent. Through years of upgrades, these tanks evolved into advanced platforms equipped with Israeli-built targeting systems, explosive reactive armor, and digital communication suites that were ahead of their time. But the real revolution came in the 1970s, with the creation of Israel's first indigenous tank, the Merkava. Designed by General Israel Tal, the Merkava was unlike anything the world had seen before. Instead of prioritizing offensive capability, its design centered on crew survivability. The engine was moved to the front of the hull, serving as an additional layer of protection for the crew compartment. This decision broke decades of tank design tradition, and many foreign experts initially criticized it. Yet in real combat, the concept proved brilliant. By keeping the crew alive, Israel ensured that battle-hardened soldiers could fight again and again, turning experience into victory. The Merkava series has gone through several generations, Merkava Mk Mk II, Mk III, and the latest, the Merkava Mk IV. Each version brought radical technological improvements. The Mk IV, in particular, showcases Israel's deep understanding of modern warfare. It integrates digital battle management systems, advanced composite and modular armor, and the Trophy Active Protection System, which is arguably one of the most revolutionary tank defenses in history. The Trophy system can detect and intercept incoming anti-tank missiles or rockets before they strike, making it the first operational active protection system of its kind. This system didn't just change the game for Israel, it changed the world's approach to tank survivability. After the Trophy's success in combat, militaries across the globe took notice. The United States decided to equip its M1A2 Abrams tanks with Trophy systems, marking one of the first times that American main battle tanks integrated a foreign defense technology. Germany also began evaluating similar active protection systems inspired by the Israeli design. Suddenly, Israel went from being a small arms importer to a technological trendsetter influencing even superpowers. But Israel's role in global tank technology goes beyond just protection systems. Its innovations have shaped everything from fire control computers to armor materials and even tactical doctrines. Israeli engineers pioneered modular armor design, which allows damaged sections of a tank's armor to be replaced in the field, minimizing downtime and maximizing operational readiness. This concept is now standard in many Western tanks, including the Leopard 2A7 and the latest Abrams variants. Another major contribution is the integration of digital and AI-based battlefield management systems. Israel was among the first nations to network its tanks in real time, allowing units to share target information, track enemy movements, and coordinate firepower with precision. This kind of networked warfare has become a defining feature of modern mechanized combat, influencing NATO and other advanced military doctrines. The global reach of Israeli tank technology is also reflected in its export partnerships. While Israel doesn't export complete Merkava tanks due to security concerns, it sells subsystems and technologies to dozens of countries. From sensors and communication suites to protection systems and night vision optics, Israeli companies like Elbit Systems and Rafael Advanced Defense Systems have become vital suppliers for the world's armored forces. For instance, the Spanish Leopard tanks, the British Challenger 3, and even India's Arjun tank have all integrated Israeli components or design concepts. One of the less discussed aspects of Israel's tank development is how real-world combat feedback drives innovation. Unlike many Western nations, which designed tanks based on theoretical scenarios, Israel tests its technology in actual battle conditions. Every conflict, from Lebanon to Gaza, has served as a proving ground for new ideas. When the IDF identifies weaknesses, engineers and soldiers work together to fix them rapidly. This cycle of combat-driven evolution gives Israeli tanks an unmatched level of practicality and reliability. The Merkava's design also reflects Israel's understanding of hybrid warfare. Modern conflicts often blend conventional battles with guerrilla tactics, ambushes, and urban warfare. The Merkava is optimized for this environment. Its rear compartment can carry infantry, wounded soldiers, or extra ammunition, making it a hybrid between a tank and an armored personnel carrier. This flexibility has inspired other countries to experiment with multi-role armored vehicles, recognizing that future wars won't be fought solely on open fields. Beyond the Merkava, Israel's defense industry has developed a wide range of armored vehicles that complement its tank doctrine. Vehicles like the Namer, based on the Merkava chassis, and the Eden, an 8x8 wheeled vehicle, show how Israel continues to expand its armored capabilities. The Namer, often described as one of the most heavily armored personnel carriers in the world, carries the same level of protection as a main battle tank, ensuring that infantry can move safely alongside tanks in high-threat zones. These designs have influenced not only military strategy but also international defense markets. Many nations now view Israel as a leading consultant for armored modernization programs. Countries that once bought tanks from Russia or Europe are turning to Israeli firms for upgrades and system integration. Whether it's improving survivability, enhancing digital control systems, or adding active defenses, Israel's technologies are now embedded in countless armored fleets around the globe. Another key aspect of Israel's influence is the philosophy of adaptability. The IDF has shown that tanks are not obsolete, as some experts claimed after the rise of drones and precision-guided missiles. Instead, tanks are evolving into smarter, connected platforms capable of surviving in complex threat environments. Israel's approach blends heavy armor with artificial intelligence, situational awareness, and network connectivity, ensuring tanks remain relevant on future battlefields. For example, the Merkava Mk IV Barak variant, unveiled recently, incorporates advanced AI assistance for target recognition, autonomous situational awareness, and enhanced crew ergonomics. It can identify threats faster than human operators, prioritize targets, and even suggest tactical maneuvers. This represents the next stage in tank evolution, a fusion of machine intelligence and human command. Once again, Israel is leading this transformation, setting the standard for future armored vehicles worldwide. It's also worth noting how Israel's partnerships amplify its technological reach. Collaboration with the United States has been especially critical. While the U.S. provides Israel with platforms and funding, Israel returns the favor through innovation. The joint development of systems like Trophy and Iron Fist has strengthened both nations' armored core. American soldiers now benefit from Israeli experience gained through decades of intense conflict in urban and asymmetrical warfare environments. Germany, too, has taken inspiration from Israeli tank advancements. The Leopard 2A8, for instance, is incorporating active protection and AI-driven systems influenced by Israeli designs. Even Asian powers like South Korea and India have studied Israeli concepts to refine their own main battle tanks. In many ways, Israeli engineering has become a quiet foundation beneath the world's most powerful armored forces. The secret behind this success is Israel's unique military culture. Innovation doesn't come solely from top-down directives, it's born from necessity and creativity on the battlefield. Soldiers provide feedback directly to engineers, and that collaboration produces fast, practical improvements. This dynamic relationship between combat experience and industrial expertise keeps Israeli tank technology decades ahead of conventional defense development cycles. As we look toward the future, Israel's impact is likely to grow even more. With the rise of autonomous systems, drones, and artificial intelligence, Israel is already working on the next generation of armored vehicles that can operate with minimal human input. Concepts for unmanned tanks, hybrid electric propulsion, and battlefield integration with drone swarms are already under development. These ideas will redefine how armor operates in the digital era, once again positioning Israel as a pioneer of defense innovation. Critics often argue that tanks are becoming obsolete in modern warfare, especially with the dominance of air power and long-range missiles. But Israel's experience proves the opposite. In the harsh and unpredictable realities of war, there remains no substitute for a heavily armored, mobile platform capable of protecting soldiers and dominating ground battles. And through constant adaptation, Israel ensures that tanks are not relics of the past but crucial assets of the future. What makes Israel's story remarkable is not just its technology, but its mindset. From scarcity and survival came an unmatched drive to innovate. Israel's engineers and commanders redefined what a tank could be, turning it from a mere weapon into a system of survival, intelligence, and power projection. The ripple effect of that innovation now stretches across the world's militaries, influencing every new tank that rolls off a production line. So the next time you see an advanced main battle tank with cutting-edge sensors, modular armor, or active protection systems, remember that much of that technology can trace its roots back to Israel. A small nation, surrounded by challenges, transformed the way the world thinks about armored warfare. That's Israel's real role in global tank technology, not just building tanks, but redefining their purpose for generations to come. And that wraps up today's deep dive into Israel's hidden influence on modern tank design. It's a story of necessity turned into innovation, of survival turned into leadership. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating topic, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos exploring the world's most advanced military technologies. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.